Hey y'all, it's your girl Jossie, aka J Renee, back at it again with another video. So today we're gonna be turning this $1 t-shirt from Dollar Tree into a bomb 2-piece ruched set. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and put on my post notifications so you don't miss a video. I will be posting a lot more, so you don't want to miss it. Now let's get into the video. So first we're going to crop the shirt where we want it, and then add your own shirt that fits you very well. I'm using this wrinkled shirt, and then I'm going to cut into the shirt about like a ½ inch from where the shirt that I put on top stopped. Then I'm going to add 5 inches from the original shoulder seam, and do that to both sides, of course. Now we're going to open up to the wrong side of the shirt. We are at the shoulder now. Next, I'm going to use that sleeve that we just cut off, and we're going to cut off the cuffs and cut the sleeve open so you have as much fabric as you can use. So we're going to fold it in half at the edge. That's about 1 inch. It's going to be for the casing. So we're just gonna measure how long we want this casing to be, and so just cut that out. I did mark where I cut it out, and it just depends on how long you cut your sleeve. So then cut that in half because we're gonna need 2 of them for the shoulders. And so it's gonna be about 1.5 inches for each of them. Now place one of them, fold the end, and place one of them at the top seam of the shoulder all the way down to the bottom of the sleeve. You don't have to fold the insides on the sides, as you can see here. You just have to fold the ends to make it look a little more professional. Then take it to your sewing machine and sew 3 lines down along where we have pinned. So we're going to sew the outside 2, and then make sure this is even the middle line. That's where we're going to sew. And once we have that down, this is what it looks like. So now we're gonna line up the bottom half of the shirt that we just cut. We're gonna line all that up so we can sew it together and make a whole new shirt that fits us. By the way, this shirt was large from Dollar Tree, so yeah. I used a zigzag stitch, so that's how it came out. And then I'm cutting off some of the seam allowance to make it look even. So now for the strings for each of the casings that we just sewn on, we're gonna measure about 1 inch. We're gonna need four of the 1 inch pieces that we are about to cut. And this is from the same sleeve that we used before. Don't use the other sleeve yet. That'll be for the skirt. Cut out 4 of these. They're about 9-10 inches each. And so we're gonna take 2. We're gonna need 2 for each side. So take 2, put them right sides together and pin them down and sew them together. So I just used a straight stitch here and sewed it down right across. And then we're going to fold it into each other twice. So fold the outsides together and then fold again. And since this one was a little wider, we're going to fold the outside into thirds and then fold it in half again. And remember to fold down the top part to make it look a little more professional. We don't have a straight end while we are sewing this string. or this strap. I don't know what you call it. It's all the same thing. So now that we have that, make 2 of them. That's what we're going to use 2 of each. So we made 2 of them. And so we're going to take a safety pin and poke it through the hole. You've seen this before. If you watch any of my videos, you've seen this before. And just shimmy it through the 2 casings that we have sewn on. Just like that. Do that to both sides. And then we are gonna be almost finished with this top. So just to make sure that they're even, pull it out at the top. You can always pull them both out if you need to. Make sure they're both even. And then I tied them off just to get them out of the way. So this is what it looks like. But my mistake was that you want to do the hemming that we're going to do next before you put in the string. The next thing we're going to do is hem everything, the bottom and the sleeves. But turn the shirt inside out and fold over the sleeves. We're going to do one rolled hem, like a single rolled hem. And make sure that there's no ruching while you do this. That's why you should have put the strings in after you did the hem. So you're just gonna roll it over once and pin it down, and then sew that all the way around on both sides. And then do the same thing with the bottom of the shirt, but this time we're gonna do a double rolled hem. So just roll it over twice, roll the edge over twice and pin it down and sew that. I did a zigzag stitch, I think. And then when you are finished, it should look like this. And now I'm retying the strings that we put in to make that little ruche set. And we are finished this shirt. Look how easy that was. That was so easy. So now moving on to the skirt. This is the bottom half of the shirt that we cut. Make sure you cut enough for your size. And I'm just taking this skirt that I got from somewhere, I don't know, I haven't worn it yet, and using that as a template. So where I want this ruching is kind of like off-centered the leg. So I just eyeballed it to where I thought it was gonna look fine. And we're gonna do the same process of making a little casing for it. I guess I cut about 2 inches for this casing, and I used that same, I think I still use the same sleeve that I used before. And so I'm just rolling I'm rolling the top side and then pinning down all the rest of them, and then doing the same thing. I sewed the 3 lines on the casing. And then now I'm just going to put the skirt together, putting right sides together and pinning that down on both sides, so then we can finish up this skirt. And then sew that down with a straight stitch, and we're going to top stitch it as well. So sew it regular, this single stitch. Even though it's stretchy, you probably should use a zigzag stitch, but since I wanted to top stitch it, it didn't matter. So I love a top stitch forever. And that's how it should look. Some would just leave it like this and fold the top half over, but I didn't want my skirt to be that short. So I measured my waist and used the other sleeve that I had left and cut out as much as I needed. So my waist, half my waist was like 13 inches. So I cut about 26 inches for this waistband. Since the sleeve was not even, I had to make sure that both pieces were even for like a front and back waistband. And yeah, those two pieces equal my waist. They look kind of small, but I am small and that's okay. And so we're gonna put them right sides together, even them out, and then pin them down. And then just sew that down. So I sewed them down on both sides and top stitched them to make like a hoop or whatever. And so I'm folding them in half to make my waistband. So turning the skirt right side out. So then the waistband and the skirt will be right side to right side, making that everything is straight. I'm matching up the two side seams and pinning them together. And then making sure all 3 layers are straight. So while sewing, all of them get tucked in while you're sewing. So go all the way around the skirt and pin that down so we can sew this together. And just like the other one, we're gonna make another top stitch. The top stitch I love a top stitch. It just makes everything look more professional. I think that's what it is. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, please. Thank you so much, and like this video. So you know the deal. We're just going back to our sewing machine and sewing down what we just pinned, and we're top stitching now as well. Well, this isn't a top stitch. You're actually supposed to top stitch on the top, but I did on the bottom for this sake. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. And that's how it looks. So this last part, we're making the strings again. So it's the same process as before. We're gonna make one long string as this time. So we're cutting this in half. I think the string altogether was about 1 inch wide, and then in length it was twice as long as the little casing that I made. So that's how. So I just did the same process and folded it over twice, and then there's the string. And so again, we're just gonna shimmy it through the casing that we made with our safety pin, and that's pretty much it. So after that, just cut off all those pesky threads, and that is your skirt and your top. And so let's go try these on. And this is how they look. These are so cute. This was so cute. And for $1, I love this set. This is not on my Depop, but I do have a different version in a white skirt and a pink top. So yes, if you like this, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.